guys, and welcome to another episode of Black and Red TV. I'm Mason,
I'm Georgia.
and we're moving on to breaking news with Caitlin.
I'm here with Callie Seahas, who is a member of the prom committee. What are the details about prom, where it is, when it is, what's the theme?
The theme is Under the Stars, and we set up the night before, which is a lot of fun. It's in Des Moines. I'm not quite sure what the actual place is called, but yeah.
What goes into picking the theme for prom?
We met a month before, and we talked about what the best we talked about the theme, and then a couple months before that we decided on the theme, and we just discussed together about what the best theme was. And every year we kind of switch off if it's more formal or if it's more fun, and this year was more formal, so we decided to go with Under the Stars because it's a really pretty theme and we liked the idea on Pinterest.
What is your favorite part about being on prom committee?
I really like how we work together and collaborate what's best for the students, and how we'll all have fun together. So it's really fun. And then also how we go the night before and set it up, and it just all comes together and we can see what we created over the months.
Thanks, Caitlin. And now we're moving on to investigation with Ella.
I'm here with Marissa, who just signed with Blue Mountain Christian University for volleyball. And so tell me a little bit about why you decided to continue playing volleyball in college.
Since about my sophomore year, I kind of started playing volleyball full-time year-round, and I just found out a love for a sport that I hadn't found growing up playing sports, and I was just very passionate about the game, whether it was playing, watching, or being able to coach younger girls. So I just couldn't imagine going to college and not having that sport in my life.
Yeah. And then why did you choose Blue Mountain?
I've always kind of wanted to move somewhere else besides Iowa just after high school. And when they reached out to me, looking at their program and how successful they've been, I just wanted to be a part of that success too.
Yeah. And then what advice would you give to underclassmen who are maybe considering continuing their sport in college?
I would say definitely start looking early, because playing a sport, it makes it a lot harder to play in college. And then also just believe in yourself, because the people around you do. And I feel like that's the most important thing when playing a sport in college.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thanks for the investigation, Ella. Now we're going to move on to sports, specifically the soccer variety, with Addie.
Okay, I'm going to have you guys tell me what your hardest competition or who your biggest competition is for the season.
I would say hardest course-wise, we played Shady Oaks yesterday, and that was the hardest course I've played. Our biggest competition is definitely Gilbert. They're a pretty strong team.
For us, usually it's a state tournament just because it's a very tight managing course. But this year, we're the only team coming back from state that doesn't graduate anyone. So really, if Gilbert puts a score together, Solon can put a score together, but if we play well, we should be able to come out on top of it.
Yeah, good. And then what are your guys' goals for the season going into postseason or just normal season?
Yeah, definitely making the state tournament this year, always a big goal individually or as a team. And I think just getting better every meet is a big goal for us this year.
Yeah, and going off of getting better every meet. We got to peak in May at the state tournaments where we want to peak, and our goal since our freshman year has been to win it all, so that's what we're going for.
Yeah. And then talk to me about what your different strategies are for playing different tournaments or different courses.
Yeah, I was thinking taking it one hole at a time is definitely important, but if I don't know a course going into it and I've played it, I usually go on Google Maps and look at that for a while, but yeah.
Yeah, course management's always the biggest thing. Knowing where you want to put the ball in the hole and how to manage different areas of the course is the biggest thing we have to deal with.
Thank you, guys. What's your guys' best competition or hardest game for the season?
Our best competition is definitely going to be DCG because they were the state champs last year and they have a lot of good players.
I would also say DCG. We played them this last week and we beat them 2-1, so that was a big win for us.
What are some of your guys' goals for the season?
I think our goal is just to continue improving. I mean, I feel like we started off with a lot of hard teams that were ranked really high, so the scores haven't been the best, but I feel like we've been starting to connect more and play better overall.
I think that, our biggest goal is to get back to the state tournament, but, we got to take it one game at a time and, go one step at a time.
And then how does making it to state last year motivate you guys this season or propel you into postseason?
I think we know the competition and what it's like to state and how much work it takes to get there. So I think it's motivated us to just really work hard and stick it out to see the end goal.
Obviously, we're sitting pretty good right now, but that means we've kind of got a target on our backs and that everyone's going to play their best against us. And so, we have to come out with our best and make sure that, we get the job done.
And then since you guys are ranked so highly, talk to me about how that changes either your goals for the season or how you guys are practicing.
Like I said, it's like we got a target on our back, so we obviously have to, we have to keep getting better every day, and we have to make sure that, we stay focused during practice, and, yeah.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks, Addie. And now we're moving on to national news with Allison.
I should put it on like your lap, because if I look in that corner, it's gonna look dumb. Yeah, I can see it.
You can? I don't think you can.
For the most part. There you go. That's good. Okay. My name's Allison Bloom, and welcome back to National News. Caitlin Clark was our first overall pick for the WNBA draft, selected by Indiana Fever, and has a 4-year rookie deal spanning over 4-year deal.
Has a 4-year deal spanning over 4 years. She signed with Indiana Fever for $338,000 on a 4-year rookie deal.
Okay.
You literally wrote it out.
Yeah. My name's Allison Bloom, and welcome back to National News. Caitlin Clark is our first overall pick for the WNBA draft, selected by Indiana Fever for a $338,000 4-year rookie deal. Donald Trump's hush money trial is estimated to take about 6 to 8 weeks. The jury selection process is estimated to take about 2 weeks, given 96% of jurors have said that they cannot be impartial when it comes to a trial involving Donald Trump. Trump is required to be at this trial and is pleading not guilty to 34 counts of falsifying business records.
Thanks for the national news, Allison. But if we're being honest, like, these two news segments follow each other back to back, and I find that kind of weird. But still, we're going to move on to good news with Kate and Seely.
I'm Kate.
I'm Seely.
And this is good news.
What's your good news?
I get Chipotle for lunch.
Ooh, bust.
My good news is that it's almost summer.
The week is almost over.
My car has a full tank of gas.
Oh, I'm going to visit my sister this weekend.
What is your good news?
Getting a little rain today. You know what they say about spring showers?
Springs May flowers.
Got a new sweatshirt.
Why did you get a new sweatshirt?
Coach Roop happened to rip my other one, and he reimbursed me with the new one today.
What do you have to say about that?
You're welcome, Grayson.
Thanks, Kate and Seely, for that good news. Now we're moving on to our feature segment with Tate.
I'm here with Meredith Maddie. She is part of the Waukee tennis team. So I was wondering, when did you start playing tennis?
I got my first tennis racket when I was 2 years old from my aunt who played college tennis. So she bought it for me and taught me how to play tennis.
And did your aunt, is she the reason that you got into tennis, or like why did you start playing the sport?
Both my aunt and my mom play tennis a lot, so they taught me from a really young age.
So since you're on the Waukee team, and since ADM doesn't have a team, how do you think us not having a team affects the participation from our students?
It definitely makes it less. Like, having to go to Waukee by yourself is way more intimidating than like doing a school sport here. But then going to Waukee has also allowed me to make a lot more friends and meet a lot new people that go to a different school.
And how did you first hear about the Waukee tennis team?
I think it was last year. My aunt and my mom just were talking about it a lot and wanted me to do high school tennis. But since Adele didn't have a team, they were looking into Waukee. And then my mom contacted Rod Weavers, I think, and got more information about it.
Cool feature, Tate. But this is our second to last episode, and that kind of makes me sad. But we still do have to say goodbye. So tune in next month for another astounding episode of this wonderful news podcast, and we will see